ang responsible. The rest cannot proofread this 5', 3'. So, ang role sa tulo, sa the rest, for proofreading, aside from polymerization, proofread the 3', 5'. But for the 5', 3' is proofread by DNA polymerase 1. Okay? So you have there. It's there in your, it's in our group chat. Okay? Any question? So you have here. So prior to replication, dapat expose ang nitrogenous bases. Diri. So this is part of the melting of the double-stranded DNA to expose these nitrogenous bases, which should be used as the thin-flat strands for the new DNA to form. So these two DNA or two daughter DNAs are exactly the same, which is each comprising the old strand DNA and the new strand DNA. Old strand DNA, the new strand DNA. So ang whole DNA daughters is composed of old strand and new strand. Old strand and new strand. Okay? So you have here. So these are the different functions of these enzymes. So for the assembling of the nucleotides or the joining, or we call that polymerization, that is done by DNA polymerases. The joining of the alkoxylic fragments in the lagging strand is done by the ligase. The unwinding is done by helicase. The primase is the one synthesizing the RNA primers. And we have these clamp proteins. These are mga threads leading strand, which will also associate with the DNA polymerases during replication process. Okay. Now we have here the steps actually. The steps. So you have acetylation and deacetylation, which is involved. We say acetylation or addition of acetyl group. Deacetylation is the removal of the acetyl group. So one step of this mechanism involves acetylation and deacetylation of the lysine residues. Now, what is then the effect of acetylation? So that removes the positive charge and that weakens the DNA histone interactions. Remember, nakalukot ang atoang DNA sa histone. Now, para ma-unwind siya, dapat mo undergo siya or dugangan siya of acetyl group. That is to remove the positive charge to weaken the DNA histone interaction. So we have acetylation. So we have that derived as a topoisomerases that facilitates the relaxation or supercoiled DNA. Itong iputol, maputol. So that is to make it relax. Okay, unwinding by helicases. So helicases catalyze, what's the role? How the helicase unwinds. So it catalyzes the hydrolysis of ATP. We say hydrolysis, ang ATP becomes adenosine diphosphate or adenosine monophosphate. So the energy that is released out of the hydrolysis of ATP is needed for movement. For the movement of the molecules. So you have the primers, the RNA primers are around 4 to 15 nucleotides long for the RNA primer to start the RNA the replication process. And then you have the primases that synthesizes the RNA primers. Okay? Now, should there be any mutations, say, or mistakes due to maybe during that time, there are radiation or maybe na drugs or like chemicals that triggers the mistake. Then we have the so-called repairing machineries. Kung natay repairing machineries ato ang for vehicles, atong motorcycle, now our body has also repairing machineries. So we have this bear. Kung mas ikaw beer, then our body mag-burr pod. We have the base excision repair. So if ever kani nga base na ang nadaot due to drugs, si ikaw puyo-puyo, mo ni ang nadaot ang mutate. So tanggalon siya, excise siya, kana siya, chop, putlon. That is base excision repair. Now, specific DNA glycosylase recognizes the damaged base. Now, ang DNA glycosylase, muna yung ingon, hoy, naay sayo. Naay sayo yung buwan mo. After proofreading, of course, detect man na sa muna rin ang DNA glycosylase, naay sayo. Okay, so, i-proofread, i-basa, no? So, you have there the DNA glycosylase recognizes the damaged base. So, kisa ang putulan na mga DNA polymerases gihapon. 1, 2, and 3. Kisa na po yung sumpay, sa halimbawa, imbis nga A, na imong G. So, isayog pa na. So, putlo na siya, Mga na ang gyrase, sayog. Pag proofread, okay, ang DNA polymerases 1, 2, and 3, mo, sumpay na sa atin. Sasakto na nga, nucleotide. Okay? Another repairing machinery in our body is nerve. So we have the nucleotide excision repair. Dili lang base ang tanggalon. Kundi the whole nucleotide. This is the base, this is the sugar, this is the phosphate. So ang tibuok nucleotide ang putlon. So halimbawa, imbis nga deoxyribose. Ribose, wala na tanggal ang oxygen. Plus, nag-change pa yun ang sequence sa sa tawag sa nitrogenous base. Like sayo. So, pwede siya nga, ang whole nucleotide will be cut off, will be excised. And then replaced by the right nucleotide. Get it? So, you have the bird or the nerve. So, this is actually the principle of cloning. DNA cloning. Ang 1 DNA becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4, so on and so forth. Okay. So, any question? That's the result. So, when 1 DNA replicates into 2,